Welcome back to my channel Adhyan with Flow. Let's start with our next kingdom is fungi. Okay, in previous lecture we discussed about RH Whittaker's 5 kingdom. Okay, Monera, Protista, okay, fungi, plantae and animals. Okay, Monera and Protista I explained this thing, and now let's talk about fungi. Okay, let's one by one discuss their property. They are heterotrophic. What is the meaning of heterotrophic? They can't make their own food. Okay, now we can easily saw this thing at a moist bread, at a rotten fruits, fungus attached there. Okay, if we don't use this thing at long time. Now, some are unicellular, some are multicellular, some we can eat, and some are useful in medicines. Yup, penicillin useful in antibiotic. All right. Now, they can't make their own food. Now, how they live then? They can't make their own food. Then how they live? Guys, they depend. They depend on their host body. They depend on another plant body, another animal body. Okay, how? Because fungi have what? They have hyphae. With the help of hyphae, okay, their absorption power is very strong. They can absorb mineral, water, any kind of proteins, necessary pigments from the plant body, from the soil, from the animal body. Best example, lichen. In lichen, guys, algae and fungi, okay, fungi, they associate together, and this association is very useful for our environment. Very useful for our environment. All right, guys, how they reproduce? Okay, by fragmentation, by fission, by budding. Okay, huge diversity, guys. Come on, guys. Now these forms are what? Vegetative. These form are reproduction form, but these are vegetative reproduction. Asexual reproduction is always occur by spores. What kind of spores? We call it as a conidia or sporangiosspore or zoospore. One is conidia, second is sporangiosspore, third is zoospore. If I talk about how they reproduce sexually, because they have oospores, ascospores, basidiospores. We will discuss this thing. Okay, we will discuss. Don't be panic. Now, sexual cycle involves 3 things: plasmogamy, karyogamy, and zygotic form. Plasmogamy means their plasma will fuse. Karyogamy means their nucleus will form, and what they make? Zygote. Alright, or not. Okay, now first class is what? Phycomycetes. Okay, what is the special feature of phycomycetes? Okay, they decay. They live on what? Where? Decaying woods, moist area, dumped area. They they live as a parasites on plants. Okay, this is their location. Next is what? They have mycelium, they have hyphae. It may be septate, it may be non-septate. Mean they are hyphae. They are not septate, but this kind of hyphae, bunch of hyphae, we call it as a mycelium. They are septate, but this is not septate. Okay, asexual reproduction take place by zoospore. Okay, now guys, come on, look at here. Asexual reproduction occur by zoospores, sporangiosspore, and conidia. Their asexual reproduction is take place by zoospores or by aplantospores. Zoospores, they are motile. Why? Because they have flagella. Aplantospore, they are non-motile. They don't have flagella. But reproduction is reproduction. Okay, now a zygospore is fused by fusion of 2 gametes. These gametes are similar in morphology. If gametes are similar in morphology, now we call it as a what? Isogamous. If dissimilar, we call it as a what? Ensiogamous. Look at here, these are the example of phycomycetes. Most popular, mucor. Guys, you have to remember these diagram also. Okay, this is not shortcut. You have to remember. Guys, simple. Look at here. Simple. Very simple. Now, next class is what? Ascomycetes. Because they make ascus. And ascus, what they make? They make ascospores. Okay. Commonly known as sac fungi. These are the common name. Okay, you have to remember this thing. Okay, this is the common name. Okay, sac fungi. They are mostly multicellular. Example is penicillin. Penicillin, I told you now, they are useful what? Antibiotic. They are saprophytic. They can't make their own food. Decomposer, yes, because they can't make their own food. They decompose. They live in as a parasites also. Coprophilous also means they live in dung. Okay. Now they have mycelia, branched and septate according to this. They are separate but not branched, but they are branched. Okay. Look at, okay, and septate. Okay, asexual reproduction occur by conidia. It may be zoospores. Okay, now conidia on germination produce mycelium. Sexual spores are called ascospores. Guys, assume this is their fungal part. They have ascospores. They have ascus, sac-like structure, and they contain what? Ascospores. When they germinate properly, then they burst and spread all over, and they make another plant. Example is this. Guys, this is Neurospora. I use this thing in biotechnology. Octad analysis and tetrad analysis. Okay, when you reach in your master's level, then you can easily familiar with this genetic work. Okay. Now, Basidiomycetes. According to Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes is another class. We can also commonly call it as a what? Mushrooms. We can also call it as a bracket fungi and puffballs. They grow in soils, logs, tree stump. Guys, there are location. Alright. They also found here. Their mycelium is branched and septate. Okay. Wait. Vegetative reproduction by fragmentation. This is common. They don't have sex organs. Come on guys, they also don't have sex organs. Okay. Now their sexual reproduction is occur by plasmogamy. Their plasma is fused. This thing. Okay. Now they have basidiospores. They have basidia. Means there is sac-like structure and they contain basidia spores. And they burst and spread and make their own plant. Example is what? Mushrooms, agaricus. Their scientific name agaricus. Ustilago puccinia. Rust fungus. Now next class is what? Next is Deuteromycetes. Guys, these class are not random. Okay, these are important because many students avoid this thing because their names are hard and fast now. That's why they avoid this thing. So your competitive examiner will focus on these things because you skip now these things. They put these things in your competitive exam, and you have to learn now, guys. Learn it right now. Learn it. Learn these things. Easy. Where they found, how they reproduce, where they reproduce. Okay, normal 1 to 5 properties. That's it, guys. No hard and fast rules. How they reproduce sexually, how they reproduce asexually. Okay, simple. What kind of mycelia they have. Simple. Some properties are most common now. Like they are eukaryotic. They does not have cell wall. They have true nucleus. They have body organelles. Okay, these are the common now. You can write down this thing very easily, and you have to remember these things. Alternaria, Colostrychium, Trichoderma. These are example of Deuteromycetes. You have to learn this thing if you want to full marks. Okay, there is no shortcut. Okay, now next kingdom is what? Plantae, and this plant kingdom and animal kingdom we already discussed in detail, guys. Chapter 3 I already explained because how I teach you at the last of the chapter, like 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. I explained chapter 3 and chapter 4. I already describe you kingdom Animalia and kingdom Plantae. You can watch my videos. I betterly describe these things there. Okay, now virus, viroid, and prion and lichens. Now, guys, 1 marks question. Guys, they don't follow R.H. Whittaker 5 kingdom theory. They are exception. They are different. Virus, guys, these are the connective link of non-living and living thing. Okay, outside they act like they are non-living, they are dead, but if they reach towards the body, they live. Okay, they infect plant and animal both. Prions, what is the meaning of prions? Guys, if protein misfold, then prion will form and we suffer from many disease. Lichens, I already told you now, this is the association of algae and fungi. And you have to write down the feature of algae and write down the feature of fungi. They make their own food, they can't make their own food, but they absorb mineral and nutrients from the soil, from the body. They can make their food. They are combined and make a economical importance. Look at here, you have to learn this thing. This is the TMV and these are the bacteriophores. They infect bacteria. You have to learn these diagrams. Okay, one by one here is detailed explanation about virus, viroid, prion. Virus means venom, means poison. Who recognize this thing? Dimity. Alright guys. Now they found the smaller than bacteria because they pass through the bacteria proof filter. They can pass, guys. How toxic they are. Look at here, how much tech. They have genetic material. It may be RNA, it may be DNA. It may be single stranded DNA, it may be double stranded DNA. It may be single stranded RNA, maximum RNA present in single stranded form. Okay, guys. Now, okay, I cleared this thing. Okay, I'm already done this thing. Okay, virus cause disease like mumps, smallpox, herpes, influenza, AIDS. Okay, now where is viroid? Okay, guys, mainly they infect plants. Okay, they infect plants and they have RNA as a genetic material. Prions, what, guys? Prion is misfolding of what? Proteins. Misfolding of protein. So we suffer from many neurological diseases like Jacob disease, cow disease, madness disease. Guys, these are important. Now in your examination, these things come. Spongiform, which disease is caused by, not caused by something, by prions, by virus, by viroid, or lichen. I already described this thing. Okay, so your chapter is finished. And we will meet in our next video. Thank you, guys. Thanks for supporting me, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. This is a spelling Adhyan with Flow. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Keep smiling and please revise. Okay, without revision you can't learn everything. Okay, you are not Einstein. Thank you.